Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to solve some of the previously asked numerical in the board based on Avogadro's law. This law is very easy. First I will teach you the concept that what all things you need to understand and you need to keep in mind when you are calculating numericals, and then we will solve some of the numericals which is previously asked in board exam. So first you understand the concept, and then when we will start solving the numericals, first you see. If you know how to do it, then pause the video and try to do it by yourself. If you will simultaneously do it with me, then it will be helpful for you to understand the concept more easily and more clearly. This chapter, mole concept and stoichiometry, is very easy once you understand the concept. So it is important that you understand the concept, then you do the numerical. Simply by watching video or simply by reading numericals, you will not get to know that how to do it. Then third one, you need to remember certain concept and you need to remember certain tricks, that how to find out number of moles, how to find out molar mass, how to find out volume of the gas, and what all details have been given to you. From that, how you will find out all these things. So with practice you will get to know all these things, but for that you have to do all these numericals. So let us solve our first numerical. This numerical has been asked in year 2004 that a flask contains 3.2 gram of sulfur dioxide. Calculate 1. The moles of sulfur dioxide and number of molecules of sulfur dioxide. Then second is we have to calculate the volume occupied by 3.2 gram of sulfur dioxide at STP, standard temperature pressure. So first, which information has been given to us, that we will see that given mass, this is given mass or given weight is 3.2 gram of what? Of sulfur dioxide. So we need to count its molecular weight. Now here this atomic weight has been given to us. So here 32 plus 2 into 16. So 32 plus 32, it will be 64 gram. This will be molecular weight of sulfur dioxide. Now we have to find out moles of sulfur dioxide and then number of molecules. So first we will find out moles. We have mass, we have molecular weight. So how we will calculate the moles? What is the relation between mass and given mass? Molecular weight and given mass. So here 1 mole equals to its molar mass and equals to how many molecules? 6.023 to 10 raised to 23 atoms or molecules will be there. So here we have to find out mole. So we are putting question mark here. Molar mass we have, so that is 64, and number of molecules we know that it will be 6.023 10 raised to 23. Now first we will calculate for molar mass. This we will calculate later. So here we can count it like in 1 mole has how much weight? 64. So we can write like this: 1 mole of sulfur dioxide has 64 gram of weight. Then how much weight has been given to us? This is 3.2. Then 3.2 gram of sulfur dioxide has how many moles? 1 mole of sulfur dioxide weighs how much? 64 gram. Why? Because it is its molar mass. Then 3.2 gram. This weight has been given to us. So 3.2 gram has how many moles? So here 3.2 into 1 divided by 64. So we will get here 2. So 1 divided by 2 into 10. Why 10? Because this was 3.2. So answer is 1 divided by 20 equals to 0.05 mole. So 3.2 gram has how many mole? 0.05 mole. Now we got this answer. Now we need to find out number of molecules. So it is easy when mole is there and we have to find out number of molecules. In 1 mole, how many number of molecules will be there? 6.023 10 raised to 23. So how many moles do we have? We have 0.05. So how many molecules will be there in that? So simply 0.05 into 6.023 10 raised to 23 molecules of SO2. This will be the answer. You don't need to multiply here. You can leave as it is, that this many molecules of sulfur dioxide will be there. So we got this answer also. Now volume occupied by 3.2 gram of sulfur dioxide. So we have to find out volume here. How to find out volume? We know that 1 mole of substance equals to its molar mass. So our substance molar mass is 64 gram. So 64 gram, and it will occupy how much space? 22.4 liter of space it will occupy. But now we have 3.2 gram of substance. So we will write here 3.2 gram. So it will occupy how much space? So our answer will be 22.4 into 3.2 divided by 64. So answer will be 1.12 liter of volume it will occupy. So here we solved first example, and in that we got 3 answers. That it has this much mole, this many molecules, and it will occupy this much volume of space. Now next sum. 2KMnO4 will give us K2MnO4, MnO2 and oxygen. Now KMnO4's molar mass is 158. What volume of oxygen will be obtained by complete decomposition of 15.8 gram of KMnO4? Here we have to find out what volume of oxygen we will get out of 15.8 gram of KMnO4's combustion. Here, this is the equation what they have given. Also they have given us molecular mass, that is 158. But here 2 volume of KMnO4 we are using. So we are multiplying that with 158 and we will get 316 molar mass for this equation. Now they have also said that molar volume occupied by oxygen at STP is 24 liter. Now we have molar mass of potassium permanganate and molar volume of oxygen. That from 316 gram of KMnO4, what of oxygen we will get? This much, 24 liter. But this situation is at STP. This is molar mass and this is molar volume. What we have to find out that if we have this much gram of KMnO4, then what volume of oxygen we will get? So here we will write that 15.5 gram. This situation is of standard STP, and this is molar mass and this is molar volume. With this information we will find out with this given mass. That given mass is 15.8 gram. Then what volume of oxygen we will get? So our answer is 24 into 15.8 divided by 316, and we will get 1.2 liter volume of oxygen. So how we found out the volume of oxygen? From molar mass and molar volume. So with this 2 information we found out that what volume we will get at given mass. Next numerical. Calculate the number of moles and number of molecules present in 1.4 gram of ethylene gas. What is the molecular formula? C2H4. And what is the volume occupied by the same amount of C2H4? And we have to state vapor density. So in this, what all things we have to find out? 4 things. Number of moles, number of molecules, volume occupied by gas, and then at the last vapor density. These 4 things we have to find out, and we have molecular mass that we will find out, and we have given mass. From these 2 things we will find out the rest 4. So this is the best example, best numerical where you can relate that how other information you will find out from only given mass. So first we will find out the molecular weight. So it is C2H4. We know 2 into plus 4 into 1. So it will be 12 into 2, 24, plus 4, it will be 28 gram. So this will be the molar mass for ethylene gas. Now first we will find out number of moles. So how we will find out number of moles? Number of moles has any relation with molar mass? Yes. If 1 mole of substance will be there, its weight is according to its molar mass. So now 1 mole has how much weight? 28 gram weight. Now what weight we have? We have 1.4 gram. So for 1.4 gram, how many moles do we have? So 1.4 divided by 28. So we will get here 2, and it will be 1 divided by 2 into 10 because it is 1.4. So our answer is 0.05 mole. So our first answer is 0.05 mole. Now next, we will find out number of molecules. How to find out number of molecules from number of mole? We know that 1 mole equals to 6.023, 10 raised to 23 number of molecules will be there. Then how many moles do we have? We have 0.05 mole. Then how many molecules do we have in this ethylene gas? So it is 0.05 into 6.023, 10 raised to 23 molecules will be present in ethylene gas. Now third, we have to find out the volume. How can we find out the volume? We have number of molecules, we have number of moles. So from number of moles it will be easy to find out that 1 mole of any substance will occupy how much volume? 22.4 liter volume it will occupy. So how many moles we have? We have 0.05 moles. Then how much it will occupy? So 22.4 into 0.05. So the answer is 1.12 liter volume it will occupy. Now fourth, we have to find out, or we need to state vapor density. That means without formula also you can write what is vapor density. Now how to find out vapor density? We have formula that molecular weight equals to 2 into vapor density. Now we have to find out vapor density. So it will be molecular weight divided by 2. So what is the molecular weight? 28. So 28 divided by 2 equals to 40. So what will be the vapor density for ethylene? It is 40. So if you don't want to do this, then also it is okay. You just need to write that vapor density is 40 because they have asked to state. So from this numerical you will get an idea that with only one given mass you can find out 5 things. First, molecular weight. Second, number of moles, number of molecules, volume occupied, and then vapor density. So this is how you should calculate a numerical when a mass will be given to you, or either of this one thing has been given to you. Have an idea that how to calculate a particular numerical. So now whenever you will see a numerical, just pause the video and try to solve it by yourself, and then just come back to the video and see the explanation whether you have done it correctly or you have missed something. So here numerical is the equation 2C8H18. This is octane. So when octane is burning, it requires 25 molecules of oxygen and it will give us carbon dioxide and water. Now what they are saying, first, how many moles of carbon dioxide are produced when 1 mole of octane is burned? Second, what volume at STP occupied by number of moles determining 1. So first we will find out number of moles, then we will find out that how much volume it will occupy. Then third, relative molecular weight of carbon dioxide is 44. What mass of carbon dioxide produced by burning 2 moles of octane? So here we have to find out when 1 mole of octane is burned, how much carbon dioxide we will get. Here we have to find out that when 2 moles of octane we will burn, how much carbon dioxide we will get, and that too in mass. First we have to find out in mole and then we have to find out in mass. So it is very easy. Let us see what all information we have. So first we will write this equation, 2C8H18 plus 25 oxygen will give us 16 CO2 plus 18 H2O. So first we will see what all things are there in the numerical. We have this much information and then we need to find out that how much moles, how much volume of carbon dioxide will be generated. So from equation only we have to go forward. So now here C8H18, what will be the molecular weight of this? So 12 into 8 plus 18 into 1. So molecular weight is 114 gram. Now here, in this we require 2 volume of octane. So we have to multiply this into 2. So 2 into 1 were 4. So it will give us 8 to 2. So total this much octane we have used. Now what is the molecular weight of carbon dioxide? It is 40. And how much in this we are generating with 2 volume of octane? So this will be, carbon dioxide is 44 and in this 16. So we are multiplying that with 16 because in this reaction when 2 volume of octane is burnt, we will get 16 volume of carbon dioxide. So the answer is 704. So in this reaction how much carbon dioxide we will get? 704 gram carbon dioxide we will get. Now when this much octane is burned, how much carbon dioxide we will get? 704 gram. We will get 704 gram of carbon dioxide. So if 1 mole of octane we are burning, how much carbon dioxide will be generated? Now 1 mole of octane's weight is how much? Is equal to its molar mass. So what is its molar mass? It is this. 114 gram octane we are burning, then how much carbon dioxide will be generated? See this, here we are calculating with 1 mole because this is according to equation. Now here calculating with molar mass and it will give us 1 moles octane. So the answer is 704 into 114 divided by 228. The answer is 352 gram. So this much carbon dioxide will be generated when 1 mole of octane we are burning. So we have to find out here moles. Now we have weight. We have to find out moles. So how we will find out the moles? From molar mass. If 1 mole of substance weighs how much? We are finding out moles for carbon dioxide. So 1 mole of carbon dioxide's weight is 44 gram. Now how much weight we have? We have this much weight, 352 gram. So how much moles it will carry? So it will be 352 divided by 44. So it will give us 8 mole. 8 moles for carbon dioxide. So this will be the answer for first question, that it will generate 1 mole of octane will generate how much mole? 8 moles. How we have done this? We have got the information from equation itself. This is its molar mass, octane's molar mass. In this we require 2 volumes. So we have multiplied it with 2. Then if we are burning this much octane, because we are taking 2 volumes. So if we are burning 2 volume of octane, how much carbon dioxide we will get? 16 into 44. Why we have done this? Because here 44 is molecular weight and 16 is its of volume. So we have multiplied that. So for this much gram of octane, how much carbon dioxide we will get? This much gram of carbon dioxide. But we have to find out for 1 mole. So for 1 mole of octane, here we cannot write mole because earlier we have taken here gram. So this has to be in gram. So that's why we have converted it in molar mass. If here moles were there, then we could have write here 1 mole. But here the weight is there. So that's why we have taken here 1 mole equals to its molar mass, and that is 114. So here we have taken 114. Then how much gram of carbon dioxide we will get? So this is weight for carbon dioxide when we are burning 1 mole or 114 gram of octane. Now we have to find out mole. So it is easy from weight, that 1 mole has this much weight, then we have this much weight. So how many moles will be there? So 8 moles are there. Now going to second thing. What volume occupied by number of moles determined in 1? Now things are easy once we find out moles. Let us see that. So second, we have to find out the volume. We have moles. So if 1 mole will occupy how much space? 22.4 liter. Then 8 mole will occupy how much space? So 22.4 into 8. Answer is 179.2 liter. So this will be the answer for second question, that this much volume carbon dioxide will occupy. Now third, relative molecular weight of carbon dioxide is 44. Relative molecular weight and molecular weight are, here we are taking exactly same. So it is 44. Now what mass of carbon dioxide produced by burning of 2 moles of octane? Here 2 moles are there. So what we have calculated for first question, that information we will use it. For 1 mole of octane, the carbon dioxide generated is 352 gram. That we have seen earlier in first question. Then now we are burning how much? 2 mole of octane. Then how much carbon dioxide will be generated? So here 352 into 2. So the answer is 704 gram of carbon dioxide will be generated by burning 2 mole of octane. Our next numerical. A gas cylinder contains 24 into 10 raised to 24 molecules of nitrogen gas. If Avogadro number is this, they have given us this Avogadro number. So if we are calculating it with Avogadro number, we are not taking 6.023. We are taking only 6. And RAM, this is relative atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. Then we have to calculate mass of nitrogen gas and volume of nitrogen gas at STP. So first let us see what all information we have. So here, how many molecules are there? 24 into 10 raised to 24 molecules of nitrogen gas we have. Now what is our Avogadro's law? 1 mole equals to molar mass. And what will be the molar mass here? Atomic weight is 14. So nitrogen gas is N2 and its molar mass is 28 gram. Equals to how many molecules? 6 into 10 raised to 23 molecules will be there. Now we have molecules and we have to find out mass. So here we are writing how many molecules we have. 24 into 10 raised to 24 molecules we have. Then how much it will weigh. So for 28 gram, this is the standard number for molecules. This is molar mass. So for this many molecules, how much it will weigh. So it will be 28 into 24 into 10 raised to 24 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 23. So here 4 will be there and this 23, 4. So 10 will be remaining here. So 28 into 4 into 10. So the answer is 1120 gram mass will be there for nitrogen gas. So this is our first answer. Now second, what volume it will occupy at STP, and that we have to find out in dm cube. So second, we are finding out volume. Now for 6 into 10 raised to 23, it will occupy how much volume? 22.4. Now how many molecules we have here? 24 into 10 raised to 24. So how much volume it will occupy? So it will be 22.4 multiply with this many molecules, 24 into 10 raised to 24 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 23. So answer will give us volume 896 liter. Now liter is exactly equal to dm cube. So we don't need here any conversion factor. So we can write 896 liter or we can write 896 dm cube. If you have any doubt for conversion factor, please check the video based on conversion factor for Avogadro's law. I have given that video's link in the description. So this is how we can solve this type of numerical. Our next numerical, gas X occupies a volume of 100 centimeter cube at STP and weighs 0.5 gram. Find its relative molecular mass. Here they have given us volume in centimeter cube, not in liter. So our standard temperature pressure's volume will be 22400 centimeter cube and not 22.4 liter. This is in liter, so we are not using it. We are using this volume. They have not asked us specifically in which volume we have to find out. So we can use either of this. Either you can convert this into liter or we will use this conversion factor in centimeter cube. Here we have volume and we have weight. We have to find out its relative molecular mass. So if 100 centimeter cube volume has how much mass? 0.5 gram mass it has. Then at 22400 centimeter cube volume will have how much mass? This is exactly opposite situation. In previous numericals we had molecular mass and from that we were finding out the volume. Here they have given the volume and we are finding out the molecular mass. So here 0.5 and the difference is here we are using in centimeter cube and not the liter one. So 0.5 into 22400 divided by 100. So this will go and our answer will be 102 gram. So this will be molecular mass for this compound X, and this we also say that this is relative molecular mass. Our next numerical is dilute hydrochloric acid react with 4.5 moles of calcium carbonate Then we have to find out mass of 4.5 moles of calcium carbonate. We have to find out mass. Then volume of carbon dioxide formed. Then mass of CaCl2 formed. And then number of moles of acid used in the reaction. These four things we have to find out. And they have given us relative molecular mass for calcium carbonate, that is 100, and calcium chloride, that is 111. Now first, what information we have? We have calcium carbonate's mole, that is CaCO3 equals to 4.5 moles we have. Now we have to find out mass of this much mole. So we have to find out mass for this many moles. Now for 1 mole, how much it will weigh according to its molar mass. So for 1 mole, its weight will be 100 gram. This is first thing we are finding out. Then for 4.5 mole, how much it will weigh. So 100 into 4.5 will give us 450 gram of weight. Next, second, the volume of carbon dioxide generated with this. If we will write the equation, then it will be calcium carbonate will react with HCl, will give us CaCl2 plus remaining will be H2O and carbon dioxide. So here we will balance this equation and we will get here 2 HCl. Now this equation is balanced and this is what this reaction says. Now we have to find out the volume of carbon dioxide. Here, when 1 volume of calcium carbonate is reacting, we will get 1 volume of carbon dioxide. And what all information we have? This 4.5 moles of calcium carbonate is used. 1 volume equals to 4.5 mole of calcium carbonate we have used. Now here 1 volume of carbon dioxide is generated. So it will be equal to 4.5 moles of carbon dioxide because both volume is 1 So if we are taking 4.5 moles of calcium carbonate, then equally 4.5 moles of carbon dioxide will be generated at the product side. So here, when we have moles, it will be easy for us to find out the volume. That 1 mole's volume is 22.4. Then we have 4.5 moles of carbon dioxide. Then volume is 22.4 into 4.5. So answer is 100.8 liter volume of carbon dioxide will be there. How we have found out? We found out from the equation itself that 1 volume calcium carbonate will generate 1 volume of carbon dioxide. Then if we have 4.5 moles of calcium carbonate, then equally it will generate 4.5 moles of carbon dioxide. Third one, mass of calcium chloride form. Here calcium chloride is here and it is also 1 volume of calcium chloride. We will write here that 1 volume of calcium carbonate will give 1 volume of calcium chloride. So 4.5 moles of calcium carbonate will generate 4.5 moles of calcium chloride. The similar statement you can write for carbon dioxide also. So here how many moles we have for calcium chloride? 4.5. Now we have to find out the mass of calcium chloride. So if 1 mole of calcium chloride has how much mass? 111 gram mass is there. Then for 4.5 moles we need to multiply it with this mass. So the answer is 499.5 gram weight it will have. So this is how we have calculated for calcium chloride. Here this both the thing we have calculated directly from calcium carbonate's volume. That if one volume of this, then one volume of this, one volume of this, and one volume of carbon dioxide, and here two volumes of hydrochloric acid. So that is how we need to find out. Fourth one, number of moles of acid used in reaction. Now here if we will see this equation, then two volumes of hydrochloric acid we have used here. So for one volume of calcium carbonate we have used two volume of hydrochloric acid. So if 4.5 mole of calcium carbonate will be there, then how much HCl will be required? 2 into 4.5. So it will be 9.0 moles of dilute hydrochloric acid we required. So last three sum is based on that from equation. So for that you need to write the equation correctly, and then you have to check that whether this equation is balanced or not. Then only your answers will be correct. Otherwise this type of numerical is very easy, that from one volume you can find out simultaneously for all the reactants and products. Our next numerical is calculate the mass of 10 raised to 22 atoms of sulfur, and second is 0.1 mole of carbon dioxide. This numerical is very easy. First we will see what is the mass of 10 raised to 22 atom of sulfur. So for sulfur atomic mass, carbon atomic mass and oxygen's atomic mass have been given to us, and then Avogadro's number they have given is 6 into 10 raised to 23. Now we know that atomic mass of sulfur is 32. So when 32 gram of sulfur will be there, it has how many molecules? This much, 6 into 10 raised to 23. This is according to Avogadro's law. Molar mass equals to 6.023 10 raised to 23 molecules or atoms. Here they have given us this, so we have taken this 6 into 10 raised to 23. Now we have this much atoms. So here 10 raised to 22 atoms we have. So how much weight it will carry? So 10 raised to 22 into 32 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 23. 10 raised to 22 and 10 raised to 23. So you can cancel this, and here 32 divided by 6 into 10. So 32 divided by 60, and our answer is 0.533 gram weight is the answer for first question. That 10 raised to 22 atoms of sulfur weighs 0.533 gram. Now second, 0.1 mole of carbon dioxide's mass we have to find out. Now carbon dioxide's molecular weight is 44 gram. Now for 1 mole of carbon dioxide weighs 44 gram. So how many moles do we have? 0.1 mole we have. So it will weigh how much? So 44 into 0.1 equals to 4.4 gram weight will be the answer for second numerical. Now next numerical, calculate the volume of 320 gram of sulfur dioxide. So first we have to find out the molecular weight of sulfur dioxide. So it is 32 plus 16 into 2. So it is 64 gram molecular weight of sulfur dioxide. Now we know the weight. So for 64 gram of sulfur dioxide, it will occupy 22.4 liter volume. But how much weight do we have? We have 320 gram of sulfur dioxide. Then what volume it will occupy? So 22.4 into 320 divided by 64. So let us simplify this. 224 into 32 into 10 divided by 10 and then 64. So 10, 10, 32, 2 here, and this 2 will give us 112. Answer is 112 liter volume it will occupy. So that is all for today's video. Hope this video has cleared your doubt, but please don't forget to practice it. I'll see you in next video with some more numericals. Do subscribe, learn yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.